direct you to where you can get the answers. So I have a towel here. If you have a folded towel, it's always nice if you need a little bit of a prop to get your tail to go back. Notice my knees can drop a bit deeper when my tail can go back, and always want to cultivate that upper back bend area with your shoulders down your back, your heart lifting, your navel pulled in. And we're going to start seated. So whichever leg you had started putting in front, switch them, because that's our habit. And we work in yoga to work out of these habits and to come into new places. And Tracy, when you leave, can you close it a little bit? Thanks, appreciate that. So if you're comfortable closing your eyes whenever you're on your mat, that you're not doing any kind of balancing shape or standing shape, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, I suggest that that would be a good way to start. With your eyes closed, and maybe you want to make a connection with your hands, one on the belly, one on the heart. Maybe you want to turn your palms up on the upper thigh area. For open palms, we'll be letting go and receiving. Taking palms down is more of a grounded position. You can always do palm over palm right in the center, just underneath your navel, with the two thumbs connected as well. These mudras in yoga help us connect with our body, with our mind, and with our spirit. And every decision you make in your life, whether it be now during this COVID, or if it's just what you're going to do during the day, please remember to make it connecting your mind, your body, and your spirit. That would mean that the knowledge from your brain blends with the compassion and love from your heart and the grounding from your belly. When you bring those three elements together, you have brought yourself into a mind, body, spirit connection. As you watch your breath, you will notice that your physical body can relax when you take your attention to your breath. Your mind begins to quiet down when you take your attention to your breath. If you are ever in a challenging situation, do know that just try to come more inside your body and follow your breath. Your nervous system will allow you to relax, to release, to let go. It will give you the ability to release that tension, that tightness that's holding you. And you can blend with the situation that is around you, within you, making better decisions in your life. And gently come into eyes open, palms up on your knees if you're not there already, and just soften your shoulders down your back. We are here for each other. We are here for ourselves. It's all about bringing ourselves inside to help ourselves first, and then help everyone else that is around us, in spirit or in person. So 2 arms lift high, reach up, palms come together. Think about your mantra as you close those 2 palms together and bring your mantra down to your heart space. Feel it right between those palms, connecting to that place of passion and love in your body. Inhale, lift up, reach up, 2 palms together, hands coming back to heart. So connect with that breath one more time. In breath, reach up. Inhaling, exhale, maybe sigh it out this time. Letting your body know all is well. 2 arms lift high. We'll take those palms. Right hand is going to cross the wrist in front of the left. Turn the palms together. Rise those arms way up to the sky. And take a moment here to twist to the right side, all the way right, looking toward that right arm that is behind you now. Then drop that right arm to the floor behind you. Drop that left hand to your knee. On that left hand to knee, right hand to the floor, lengthen and lift up. And turn your head a little bit further back behind you. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you rotate your neck, your head will look over your left shoulder. Take it as many times as you want, softly rotating from right side, turning your head to left side. Inhaling for one direction, exhaling for the other. Next time you find yourself with your head looking over your right shoulder, two arms will lift high again, reach them up, palms together, take a look up at those palms. This time your left wrist will cross in front of your right, two palms will press together, fingers will lengthen to the sky, shoulders relax, and body breathes. We're going to start to turn our body toward the left side this time, looking toward our left back arm, with our head, pointing your nose directly towards your bicep, and then splitting those arms, the right hand coming to that left knee, and the left hand moving behind your back side. And then lengthen up again, turning the head a little bit further over the left shoulder. And rotating the neck, looking over right shoulder, looking over left. Just opening up, just finding connection of breath and movement, marrying the two together. And when you're ready and you feel complete, you take a look over that left shoulder. Two arms rise high to the sky, palms touch, eyes look up towards those hands above your head, drop them into heart center. We'll take our legs into the other side, so bring the other leg in front, and if seated doesn't work for you, just with crossed legs, just stretch them out in front of you. Take a nice in-breath, two arms lift high, exhale the right arm, palm or forearm to the mat, maybe a block, stretch out. You are grounding into that left sit bone. You are pulling that left shoulder blade down your back. Maybe your head turns to look towards that extended left arm. Maybe you feel better looking down towards the floor. Try it all out. See what you wear best today. And then push off of that forearm, two arms lift high, and we drop to the left side. Forearm or hand on the left touching the floor, arm reaching over the top on the right, pulling that right shoulder back, grounding into the right sit bone, maybe looking down at the floor, maybe looking up at the sky or rotating between the two. Breathe in, breathe out, navel to spine connection, always. Push through the hand and forearm, lift two arms high, reach them up, palms together, look up, and bring your hands to heart. Just notice maybe in these first few minutes of class, you feel even better now than you did when you started, which is our goal here, is always to make you feel better. Sometimes people don't notice it as much until class is over. So just hang in there, be an observer, not a judger, as we come onto hands and knees. Palms will go flat, fingers will go wide, index finger is pointed forward. You want your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists in one alignment, and your hips and your knees in the other. As we take our body into the cat-cow, it's all through your tail, so push your tail high to the sky. Feel your hands pulling towards your knees. Will help pull your shoulders away from your ears, and then we take our tail underneath us. When you curl that tail under, you'll notice that the more that you lift the middle of your back and draw your navel to spine, the more rounded your back will become, chin to chest, And then we reverse again. We take that cow. Inhaling to lift up and exhaling to round it out. There's so many elements in a cat-cow, and people just blast through them. It is so important to watch your elbows, the crooks of those elbows. Those little elbow pits are going to rotate with your cat-cow. Your hands are going to feel like you're pulling or pushing away without them moving. And then you come back to a neutral spine. Take your right shoulder to your right hip and squeeze tight. Look over your right shoulder. Squeeze them, pull them together. Come back center. And do the same with the left shoulder, pulling towards your left hip. Squeeze them. And come back center. We'll do that one more time. Right shoulder pulling toward that right hip pulling toward the right shoulder. Squeezing. And switching sides. Left shoulder, left hip, pulling together, and come back center. Very much doesn't look like you're doing anything, but yet you're doing a lot. You're doing that wonderful movement through that torso. So let's take our right leg out behind us, heel goes up, toe goes down, and hips find a level position. Draw that navel in. Maybe your left arm will lift out in front of you. Pull the shoulder back into the shoulder socket. Your thumb is pointed to the sky. Fingers are reaching long in front of you. Heel is pushing to the back wall behind you. Great place to stay to work your core strength, to work your shoulder girdle, to work a lot of things, a lot of muscles in the back. If you're adding on, you can drop the hand if movement with the arm up is too much. Otherwise, everything pulls in and squeezes tight. Try to get that knee and nose to touch, then extend it long. We do things slowly, mindfully, with total awareness, and we stretch it out long. We've got one more. Pull in, squeeze tight, and let's lengthen it out long. Reach, reach, reach. Bend into the back knee. We'll reach around, grab a hold of the shoelaces of the right foot. We kick the right foot into the left hand. We push that right shin away. We find our back bend. We open up and breathe. Soft inhales, soft exhales. Feel the people around you. Feel everybody is in this together. We are all working on self-care so that we can transform our bodies with these asanas. Let's stretch it out long again. Reach it out. Bring that left hand back to the ground. Kickstand out the lower half of your left leg. And then let's put all the weight in the left side of your body. From the palm, through the knee, through the top of the left foot. And your right arm is up high to the sky. Your right leg is kicking and pushing that heel away from you. And here we have a half moon shape. Can you bend your knee and reach around, grab a hold of those shoelaces? And again, kick the foot into the hand, kick the shin away from you. It will help you to balance. Press, push, lengthen, reach, open. Find grounding, find lightness. It's all a part of the yoga pose. Steadiness and ease. Stretch it back out, reach up, reach out. Look down with your eyes first before you move arms and legs back center. Sit back towards your heels. Walk your hands up to a vertical spine. You're sitting on your heels. If you want your towel between your hips and your heels, that's fine. If you want it underneath your tops of your feet, that's fine as well. Take two arms high, reach up, lengthen up. And let's bring our hands behind us. Palms flat, fingers pressing away, chest lifting up. Pull those shoulder blades down, back and together. Holding here, maybe lifting that right knee off the mat, pushing into the tops of the feet. And lower the right leg back down. Lift that left shin and knee up. Open up. Looking up to the sky or looking forward if you need to. Bringing that left leg down. Now 2 legs are going to lift up. Squeeze the knees together. Lift the breastbone high. Open up for 3, for 2. You're doing awesome. Last one. Knees and shins come back down. Body finds a vertical pose. We're softening our hips here as we put the weight into the shins and the tops of the feet. Let's move back to table now. Hands and knees. We've got side 2. So we'll take our left leg, kick it back behind with a straight leg. Hips are level. Let's drive those toes toward the ground as we pull the toes towards the shin. Remember, if you want, to add on with that stretch and balance work with the right arm. So when you pull out like that, you want to draw it back in. You want to pull that shoulder back in so that everything's in alignment. Your eyes have a dristia gaze out in front of your mat, on the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. Remember, this is a great place to hold to build balance, strength, flexibility, awareness, and consciousness. Remember, these poses, these asana are to help you transform. So let's pull it on and give it a squeeze. Knee to nose, elbow to hip. Good. Stretch it out. We've got 2 more. Let's pull it in and squeeze. Draw in nice and tight. Get that heel up toward the glute. And we stretch. We've got one final one. Pull in and squeeze. Feels good. And we lengthen and we stretch it out. Heading on further, we'll bend into the knee, reach around to those shoelaces, find them. Maybe you wrap a towel around it. And notice if you push the foot into the hand, push the shin away, open up, find that back bend. Find that stability in your core. Use those core muscles. That whole torso from your neck through your pelvic bowl is utilized in every single shape. One more breath here. We stretch it out long again. We reach out and lengthen. And just that right hand comes down. The leg stays elevated. We kickstand out the lower half of the right leg. And we bring our weight to the knee, to the hand on the right, to the shoelaces of the right. And we stretch and reach up to our half moon shape on our knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Enjoying the stretch, enjoying the length, the balance. Maybe you want to bend into the knee. Reach around, grab that foot again. Open up to a side back bend. Only suggestions, never commands. Stretch it back long, lengthen and reach. Look down towards the mat before your left hand moves, before your left knee comes back in. Grab a child's pose here, sitting back towards your heels. Importantly is that your forehead touches something. Be it the floor on the mat, maybe it's a block, maybe it's your towel. Make that connection with your eye of wisdom here in the middle of your forehead to Mother Earth on the ground here. Soft inhales, soft exhales. Can you keep your forearms off of the floor? Coming back to table, hands and knees. Taking that right leg, bringing it up right between those two hands so the palms are going to frame that foot across. We're going to work ourselves up onto that right foot. Knee is bent. A little angle with that back thigh. Two arms are going to lift high. Two arms are coming halfway down. Let's take that left arm, bring it underneath the right. You can grab both shoulders. You can touch backs of hands. You can touch fronts of hands. Drop elbow tips wherever you're at down towards your navel. Draw your right hip backwards by pulling the inner left thigh inside, a little bit more central. Breathe here. Holding your position with your eagle arms, get yourself ready to take those toes of that left foot underneath and push all the way up to standing. From standing in this position, we'll draw those arms up high to shoulder height. We're going to rotate our body side to side. Bring it back center. Open up to your back bend if you'd like to go there. And come back center. We're adding on a balance to this, so maybe you just want to come onto, actually we're going to do it with the left foot. Come onto those left toes. Maybe just lift that left leg. Maybe cross over the thigh and take a seat with that left leg. Maybe do a full eagle wrap. So if I'm going to do an eagle wrap, if that's your choice, I like to kick my leg out as far to the front as I can so I have as much space to get my left hamstring area wrapped around my right thigh. If I kick it out, wrap it around, and sink it a little bit deeper. Excuse me, I'm having an issue here, but we'll get there. Just fall out of it, enjoy it, come back to it. Breathe in, breathe out. Get those hips square, get those knees to move left for 3. Wherever you're at for 2. And 1. Slowly bringing your knee back up to the sky and left. Walking it back behind you. Sinking down towards that left knee. And bringing your right knee back to meet the left knee. And taking a seat towards your heels. Open up those arms, reach them up high. Take the right arm to the floor, stretch it over, lengthen and reach. 2 arms back up to the sky. Soften that left hand down. Come over with the right and reach. Inhale back to the sky, reach up. Palms come together. Center to the heart. And then bring it back to table, hands and knees. When you find hands and knees, find that you are in a good foundational position. And then we bring that left leg forward. It's framed between 2 hands. You've got a little bit of an angle on the back right leg. 2 hands come onto the thigh. 2 arms lift wide. This time the right arm will sweep underneath, above the elbows, touch the shoulders, or go right to the backs of your hands or the fronts of your hands. It might be different on this side, it might be the same for you. When you're ready, you're going to curl those right toes underneath, push into both feet to stand tall. So you lift up without the use of your arms. You take a moment here. Bring those elbow tips as high as your shoulders. Rotate your body from side to side. Keep grounded equally between your feet as you move right and move left. Come back through center. Lift 2 arms up and take your back bend. Open it up. Keep broadening through the shoulder blades, stretching them out from right to left, and coming back through center. This time you're up on the right toes. Maybe you're going to go to exactly where you were before. It's either right toes, hold the leg out in front of you, cross that ankle over the thigh, and start to take a seat. Or you're going to use that eagle wrap. So again, I take my leg long, I wrap as high to that left thigh muscle as I can so that I can get my full foot all the way around, or it can tap on the ground too if you'd rather. It's okay to be down there. Breathe in, breathe out. Sink it deeper. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. Hold it for 1. Lift back up towards the sky. Reach that right leg back up. Stepping it back behind you will land on that right knee again. Flatten the toes. Bring your left foot back to meet the right. Take a seat towards your heels. And open the arms up wide. Reach them up. Breathe in, breathe out. And we'll take that movement to the sides again. Start with the left hand down. Reach the right arm over. Stretch out the lateral body. Inhale, 2 arms high. Left arm is coming over the top, right hand to the floor. Ground through that left sit bone. 2 arms high, reach it up. We'll take it down to the floor. Lay on your belly, prone position. Palms are underneath your shoulders. Forehead is on the mat. Elbow tips pull in. Ankle bones pull together. Thighs fire up. Engage the thigh muscles. Pubic bone pushes into the ground. Draw those elbow tips back. Drop those shoulders. And a soft cobra shape. Breathe here for 3. Lift your hands for 2. Lift your legs for 3. Hold it. Breathe into it. Hold it. Breathe into it. Keep those elbows back. We lower back down. Keep your forehead on the mat. Shake out your tail. We're going to take it again. So we start with our thighs firing, our pubic bone pushing into the earth, our ankle bones coming together. And then push the tops of your feet to the floor to lift up your chest, your neck, and your head so you don't poke your chin out. You just softly lift and look gently forward in front of your mat. So here's a good place to stay. Hands off the ground if you'd like to. Legs up off the ground if you'd like to. This time we'll take the arms back. Face those palms towards your thigh muscles. Open everything wide, arms and legs. Keep them only as high as your hips. Pull it all back in, touch your thighs. Stretch it out, your palms can flatten as you open up. Take it back to your thighs. Last one, you know that back bends are wonderful for low back pain, FYI. And pull it back in. Soften your legs back down. Soften your head down. Just turn those palms up, turn your head to the right. Shake out your tail. And let's turn head to the left, shake out your tail. Last back bend if you're ready for this. Otherwise, do one of the other 2 we just did. Bend 2 legs. Wrap your fingers around those shoelaces where we were earlier. Draw those ankle bones together, ankles together and knees together. Shoulders pull back, forehead stays down. Kick the feet into the hands. Kick the shins away. That will lift your upper body up. Your feet can stay toes to the sky, or you can turn them to be soles to the sky. Your job is to keep pulling your knees together here. Lift up your breastbone for 3. For 2, y'all look great. Smile while you're doing it. And last one, soften everything back down. Place your hands underneath you, and now it's time for that child's pose. Let's get rid of these back bends and find that forward bend. Settle in, breathe in, breathe out. That ujjayi breath that comes in through your nostrils makes that little noise in the back of your throat. Exhaling out of your nostrils, making that little Darth Vader noise. That is what's going to build heat in your body. It's going to burn away anything that's not serving you anymore. And it brings awareness to your breath. And as we bring ourselves back to table, hands and knees, curl the toes under you. Bring those knees partially off the mat. Push the hips back so you're in what we call bear pose. And then press yourself all the way back to your down dog. Stretch out, walk it out. Just organically move. What feels good to you? Is walking the dog feel good? Bending one knee, dropping the other heel. Does swinging the hips around feel good to you? Shaking out your tail, shaking out your head. Just enjoy the feeling of whatever is maximizing your feeling of opening, comforting, self-care, nourishing yourself. And remember, the asana are here for you just so you can allow your body to transform. All right, let's settle into our down dog. Dropping your heels as far down as they'll go takes you into making sure you're firing your thighs and pushing your hips high. Then let's come up onto the heels off the ground, toes pushing into the earth. Drop 2 feet, heels to the right. Take that left great toe, touch that right back heel, drop that left heel down, and bend the right leg. Breathe in, breathe out here. Back to the toe tips. Left foot finds its place in the down dog. Drop the heels one more time. Stretch that chest back to the thighs. Come back up to the toes. 2 heels drop left. Right great toe sneaks behind the left foot, touches that left heel. Drop into that left knee so it bends generously as the right leg is straight. Breathe here. Come back up onto toes, back to your downward facing dog, and drop your heels. Back to the toes, drop the heels. One more time, back up to the toes, and drop the heels. Broaden out those shoulder blades. Let's take right leg to the sky. Bend into that right knee. Now when you stack the hips, I'd like you to pull 2 hollowed out armpits toward the back of your mat. So you're not dumping into your left rotator cuff in this, your shoulders are square. Can you see your foot behind you if you peek under your left armpit? And twirl that knee in a little bit of a circle, a couple times each way. And then you come back through center, kick that right leg all the way back behind you. Pull knee to nose, top of a push-up. Squeeze tight, kick it back up. Knee to left tricep, cross over, top of a push-up. Push it back up. Last one, knee to right tricep. Cross to the right, push it back up, stretch it out. And now we'll bring it on through. Drop to the floor, sink into your hips. You're drawing your right hip back, and you're drawing your left hip towards your head. Notice that you want that knee over ankle on that right foot. Breathe in, breathe out here. And you're up high on the back toes, pushing that left heel away from you on the left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand is going to stay inside the right foot. Your thumb is going to go in the thigh crease of the right hip. Pull that right hip back. Draw that right knee towards your left armpit, and then take that right arm out to the side. When you lift it up, your head is still looking to the floor, and then you softly look up toward those fingertips. Continue to engage, continue to breathe. Feels so good. As you look down, that right hand comes to your hip. That left hand will move forward either onto a block or to the floor as you come up to your revolved half moon. So let's kick through that left leg, square up those hips. You can pull that right hip back again with that thumb in the thigh crease. Look down until you sweep that right arm out to the side. It comes up to the sky, and then you can look up toward those fingers. Breathe here for 3. Nice job, ladies and gentlemen, for 2. And when you look down, you softly lower that right arm to the ground. You find your standing split. Can you walk your hands back to frame that right foot again? Can you drop your chin a little closer to your chest and your nose a little closer to your knee? Maybe you want to work on a little bit of balance to help transform you. Let's put our right hand to the back of that right leg. Maybe try both arms back there. and see how that goes. For 3, for 2, and 1. Hands will come back down. Left leg finds the mat. Right leg moves back to the top of a push-up. Notice that your hips and your shoulders are the same height. You're not sinking down like this. You want to be up high and forward. Push the weight forward. Rock it back and forth. You're rocking on the toes. Next time you're a little bit more forward, drop to your knees. Bring the lower legs up, cross at the ankles. We're going to take 5 push-ups here. Elbows stay in tight, you come down for 5. Lift up, take it for 4. Shoulders and elbows in one line. And if I say 5 and you only want to do 2, do 2. We got 2 more. Join us. And last one. Good. Lower those feet back down. Or you can lower to the bottom of your push-up on your knees as we come down. We'll take it to our up dog or cobra. We soften our shoulders, we wiggle our tail. We breathe in, we breathe out. Turn your head to the right. Come through center, head left. Take it center, chin to chest. And center it up. Curl those feet underneath you so you can find that down dog. Pedal it out, pull chest back. Your drishti is your gaze. You look through your legs or up to your navel. Follow your breath's pace. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come up onto the, come up onto with the right leg up, left leg up again now, other side. Stretch it back, bend the knee, stack the hip open. Remember, you're looking to get hollowed out armpits. So don't dump into that right rotator cuff. Look under your shoulders, see the foot back there. Breathe in, breathe up. And let's take a couple circles each way with the knee. Open up that hip. And reversing it. We come back with our 3-legged dog. Left leg is straight back, chest is pulled way back. Let's take top of a push-up, knee to nose. Pull it in tight. Kick it on back. Let's take it to that right tricep. Cross it over. Take it on back. Take it slow and easy. Left tricep. Breathe in, breathe out. Take it on back. This one we're going to bring it all the way through the hands. So pick that foot leg up to move it forward if it needs to get there. Don't move your hands. We want to get those hips squared up. We want that knee to be right over that left ankle. Little to no weight down in the hands. And as we drop that right hand down inside that left foot, you can use your left thumb to pull that left hip back. Keep sending that left knee to your right armpit. Keep sending your right hip towards your head. Arm on the left comes out, and we find that twisted position. Looking up when the fingers have found the sky or in a runner's lunge twist. Keep energizing left hip back, right hip towards your head, pushing solidly through your feet. And then looking back down, left hand comes to the hip. We're going to move right hand forward about 6-8 inches to push and fire through our legs to lift up that right leg into a nice level hip. Straight leg back behind you, position, toes flexed hard to the shin. Take your left arm out again to the side and hold here if that's enough. Start to twist it to the sky if you've got that part of the practice. And then maybe taking a look up toward those fingers. Fall out of it is fine and join us again. Just notice where your mind goes. Stay focused, stay kind, stay compassionate. One more breath here. Inhaling, and exhaling. And then just the arm comes down for standing split. We walk the hands back. We flatten our chest towards our thigh. Make some connection of your lower abdominals to your thigh muscle. And we can play with this. You can play with the left hand first behind the leg. Let the lower arm be hidden behind your calf muscle. Let those fingers lay flat against your ankle. Maybe that you switch your gaze a little bit so you can put 2 hands back there and 2 arms back there if you'd like. Just working our balance. Don't worry about what happens. Just accept it and just breathe into it. When you're ready, 2 hands come back down. We're stepping that left foot back. It's a runner's lunge. We're stepping our right foot back, a runner's lunge. We're stepping our left foot back to top of a push-up, And let's push forward and back again. Breathe in, breathe out. Know that this is huge core work to be at the top of your push-up. Come back to neutral. We'll lift the right leg up. We'll put it on top of the left heel. Breathe here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the right foot down, bring the left toes, the back of the right heel. Press forward, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And put your left foot back down. Drop your knees down. We're on an angle. Notice the slant in my body. We're going to cross those ankles. 5 more push-ups here. Elbows in tight. Scrape your ribs. We got 5. Draw your navel to spine. We got 4. How are you doing with the attitude? We got 3. Are you able to smile on 2? And take one last one. Nice. Now this way, you can drop all the way down if you want, or take top of a push-up again, and come through the traditional chaturanga. Forward on the toes, belly into backbone, lower halfway. Inhale up, dog cobra. We soften the back side of our body. We wiggle our tail. We turn our head right. Come through center, head left. Come through center, chin to chest. And center it up. Downward facing dog awaits you. Always knowing that if you need child's pose, take it. If you need any shape, take it. Breathe in, breathe out. Right leg's gonna lift high to the sky, 3-legged dog. We're moving it right through to a warrior 2. So hold the knee in tight, carefully set it down. Drop your back left heel, look down, align heel to heel or heel to instep as you sweep left arm up, up and back, and right arm out front. How does your knee look? Is it over the ankle? Are 2 arms nice and long? Is your left shoulder back? Instead of just your arm, is your whole shoulder back? And knee has to stay straight away over that second toe. Don't sickle the knee in. Turn the front palm up. That palm's going to come to your low back, palm facing outward, so you don't push on that back left leg and bend into the knee. Let's go back. Open it up. Exalt. Breathe in, breathe out. Forearm finds the thigh. It softly rests on the thigh. And left arm reaches overhead. Breathe in, breathe out for side angle. Keep that shoulder on the left, pull down, back and in. Keep firing through the outer blade of that left foot. Keep strength in that left leg. Bring your hand back down to your hip. Take a look at the ground. Move your right hand off to a 2 o'clock position. Pop up on those back left toes and take your half moon shape. We did this on our knee. Now 2 legs are elongated. Maybe your front knee hasn't been in it. That's okay. Your back leg is solid. You are pushing through the heel of your back foot. You are pushing away. You are lengthening, you are lengthening out, you are reaching in all directions. For 3, 2, maybe you want to bend that back knee and grab that foot. We got it. Maybe you're out of the pose already, that's fine too. Breathe for 3, 2, and stretch it out. Always transition beautifully. Let's take our standing split. That's our little rest area. Stretch your chin to your chest, your nose to your knee. Softness of breath. Bend 2 knees, take the left knee behind the right and squeeze tight. Kick it back up. Squeeze tight. Kick it back up. Last one, squeeze tight. Keep it behind you. Hold 2 hands at prayer at the heart. Start to vertical your spine. Start to take your left knee up with you. All the way up, you've got 90 degrees. Breathe in, breathe out here. Kick it out. Pull it in. Kick it out. Pull it in. Last one, kick it out. Pull it in. Lower that left foot down. Swivel out those hips. Find your breath. Oh, we're doing awesome. Other swivel direction. Inhale, exhale. I walked out of here last weekend and I felt amazing. It was glorious, so hopefully it's doing the same for you. 2 arms lift high. Take a back bend, open it up. Inhale to vertical. Dive it low. You can bend 2 knees to get there. Take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Take top of a push-up. Hold here. Remember, you can come to your knees. You can skip your vinyasa. Otherwise, press forward. Elbows tight. Come down halfway. Inhale to your up dog or cobra. Soften your shoulders down. And take downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Pull those hips up and back. Draw navel to spine. Fire those thighs. I think we get kind of lazy in down dog sometimes, but it's a real active pose. So you're finding symmetry. And it's interesting that basically all you're doing is lifting your hands over your head, but wow, what a difference, right? Left leg lifts. Bring it up high, bring hips level. Guide that leg all the way through your hands. Squeeze it up and in tight. And then when you drop your back heel, take a look at it before you come up. Are you aligned? Knee, is it over ankle? Is that leg nice and bent as you sweep up and around to your warrior 2? Do not be in a big hurry. There's no hurry in yoga. I think that's why I like it. I'm kind of a slow mover. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice your shoulder. Is it pulling forward? You can't just move your arm. You have to move your shoulder back. Turn that front palm up. Back palm is going to go behind your back, palm faces away, and you take your Exalted Warrior. Keep grounding into that back, right outer blade. Keep firing through that back left, that right, back right leg, and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Forearm finds the thigh, soft and gentle. No weight bearing down as you reach over the top with your right arm. We've got this nice softness here. Hand comes to the hip. Look toward the floor. Slide that left hand to about 10 o'clock. Come onto the toes of the back foot. You've got to push and fire up into your half moon shape. So really elevate. Really open up that right hip. Pull those right ribs to the sky. Kick that heel away from you. Open up your right arm when and if you're ready. Soft inhales, soft exhales. If you're adding on, the knee bends, you grab a hold of the foot. You've got that teardrop pose. Bend your knee to get there if you're just working on getting this pose. I'm all arms and legs, so I think some of these shapes sometimes get easier for me because of the length of my body. And then we extend it long again. Kick through the heel, really find solid stability through those pieces of your body that are grounded. Look down, standing split. Just the arm moves down. Your chin drops to your chest drops to your thigh. And then you begin to bend into two knees. You take the right behind the left. You squeeze those inner thighs right into that lymph area. Then you lengthen it. Then you squeeze it tight. And then you lengthen it. Last squeeze of it being nice and tight. Then you lengthen out your spine. Your crown comes a little more forward so you can lighten up the fingertips so they touch. Hands come to heart. Your spine starts to grow longer. Your knee begins to come out from behind the other. And you are here in a nice 90-degree line. Inhale, exhale, or stretch it and reach it. Pull it back in. Stretch it and reach it. Pull it back in. And last one. Stretch it and reach it. Pull it back in. Soften that foot down. Hands to hips, swivel it out. Couple rotations each way. Put 2 feet together and find chair pose. Inhale, lift up. Sweep arms back. Inhale, lift up. Sweep arms back. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Open up those shoulders. Whew. Exhale, sweep it back. Come onto the toe tips with our palms facing the floor, our arms long behind us, our shoulder blades pulling together. Float up to the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace the fingers, stay on the toes. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms a little higher. Drop the heels. Keep the chest on the thighs. Only straighten your knees as much as your chest will stay on your thighs. Keep that chest on the thighs, knee to nose. Head to the ground, knuckles high, breathe in, breathe out. Keep the knees as bent as you need to for 3. Open up for 2. And 1. Softly bring those bound hands to your low back. Let your hands then find the floor. Turn your heels in, toes out. Work your way down to Malasana stretch with those palms at your heart. Knees are open, back is straight. Head to the right. Take it center, head to the left. Take it center, chin to chest, and shake it out. And come through center. Hands come behind you. Take a seat on the mat. Grab your great toes. Stretch your legs out long and wide. Find the tail and 2 sits bones. Drop your shoulders, kick through your heels, pull the toes toward you. Really anchor, or you're holding ankles or calf muscles. Widen out those legs if you can. Bend the right knee, heel comes to the groin. Look over the left leg like you're shooting a bow and arrow. Stretch out the right, bend the left, look right. Good. Come back center. 2 legs will come together. Now you can choose, just do a baby boat pose, which is this position with or without hands. Or you can hold your toes as you do boat pose. Or you can let go and just feel the freedom. That's what these poses are meant to do, to set you free. Free of worry, doubt, fear of I'm not enough, fear of not doing the right thing. Bend the knees. We're going to roll back. So no hands. Roll back. Roll up. Roll back. Roll up. Open that chest every time you come up. One more time. Roll back. Roll up and hold it here. Choose whether you want your forearms and palms on the ground or choose hands out in front. As you stretch out, pull it back in. Stretch out. Notice just my glutes are on the mat, not my back. Stretch out, pull it back in. We got a couple more. 3. Pull it in. We got 2. We're good. We got one last one. Good. Then drop those feet. Lengthen the legs out. Kick through 2 heels. Pull flesh away. Take 2 arms high to the sky. Lengthen and reach. Hinging at the hips. Lengthening out of the waistline. And forward fold. Breath in, breath out, shoulders soft. So while you're down here, slide that left leg a little more to the right. Slide that right foot in towards the middle of your inner thigh and fold over your left leg for Janu Shavasana, one-legged forward fold here. Drop that right shoulder a little deeper toward the mat. You don't want it rolled up, you want it down. Lengthen out. And then let's go ahead and lengthen out that right leg. Take it to the right corner of the mat, bend into the left leg, and just fold it over the left leg. Excuse me, fold it over the right leg. Left leg is in like a tree pose. You did an awesome job. You are enough. Understand that it's okay to push this pause button during this time. You want to know that pause button in your own body, in your own mind, sometimes we're asking too much out of ourselves. As we come all the way back up, lengthen 2 legs long, kick through your heels, toes pull towards your shins, and take a nice long straight reach with your spine. Then hollow out your navel, round your shoulders, tuck your chin, and roll all the way back, keeping your heels on the mat. Right knee pulls into chest, it gets a hug, it gets a squeeze. Your right leg is going to come all the way left as you bring your left hip all the way right. Stretch out your right arm. Oh, I got a nice crack in my back. We're lengthening out with the left leg. We've got the right leg bent. Right shoulder girdle on the ground. A little pressure from the left hand on the outer right thigh or outer right lower leg. Eyes are closed. Breathe in, breathe out. Find peace inside your own body. Know that this self-care is to rejuvenate, revitalize you, regenerate yourself. It nourishes you from the inside out. Draw that right knee back into chest, give it a hug, give it a squeeze. And then we lengthen the right leg long, and let's pull that left leg up. Pull it toward the armpit, kick through your heels, taking left over to the right as your right hip moves to the left. We sweep that left arm out, work that left shoulder blade underneath. As you lengthen out that right leg, your left leg's in a nice 90-degree bend. You're looking over your left shoulder with closed eyes. Closed eyes will allow you to come more inside. And that's what you're here to investigate. How do you feel from the inside out? So we have to do things like get enough sleep. Right, Allie? Get enough sleep, eat the right foods. Notice where our thoughts go throughout the day. And just come back to I am enough. As you pull that left knee back into chest, let the right leg come up to join it. Give yourself a big hug and squeeze, wrapping your arms around your legs. Breathe in, breathe out, and take a happy baby. This is my last live class for you guys for the time being that I know of. So understand that I love all of you, and you have been so wonderful to come and join me in these classes. So appreciate it. So from that wide, happy baby that we're rocking gently side to side, we'll move it into a V shape, grasping anywhere from great toes, ankles, calf muscles, inner thighs. Can you drop those shoulders down your back? Can you draw your navel into your spine and kick through your heels for one more slow, easy breath in and out. 2 feet come together in the center. Hands wrap around and interlace around the outer blades. Knees push away. Heels come in close. Chin to chest, nose up to toes. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathe. And as you melt your spine, neck, and head back down, release the feet. Knees come together. feet find the floor and softly find your lengthening out into your Shavasana. You scoop those shoulders under, you turn the palms up. You draw that navel softly towards your backside. And you notice what parts of your body are touching the earth. You're grounded through those parts. You're heavy on the backside. As the front side of your body is light, free, you have made space. You have allowed good, positive feelings to come into you and into that new space that you've created. So as you lie in your Shavasana, know that yoga is not about being bendy. It's about showing up to your mat consistently, not knowing what is going to happen and being okay with that. It's about rehabilitating yourself and not believing the experts when they say you are too injured or too old. It's about believing you can do anything, even if it is the most scary, impossible thing you could ever dream about. It's about uncovering who you really are. It's about being kind to yourself so you can be kind to others. Yoga is discovering that the crazy thoughts in your head are not real or true. It's about being healthy without pushing yourself to the limit. It's about slowing down to get strong. It's about breathing and moving and smiling on the inside. It may be one of the hardest things you choose to do, and it is also the best. So as you now come out of your Shavasana by taking deeper, slower inhales and exhales, pulling your mantra in with that next breath in, and fingers and toes will begin to wiggle. Ankles and wrists will move, and the jaw wriggles out from side to side. Lots of tension in the jawline area. Head moves right and left. Once head's back to center, two arms lift overhead, stretch and reach. Kick through the toes or heels in one direction, reach with the fingers in the other. Take a deep breath in, squeeze all your muscles tight, 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 tight. Ah, let it go. I can hear you sighing out, letting go of that anxiety. Let's use one arm and choose which arm it is for a pillow, rolling to that side. Once you're over there in fetal position, one more moment here to just take a peaceful inventory from the inside out. And then you press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Does not have to be cross-legged. Once you get up, reclose your eyes and we'll all come together. We have been together through this whole process and we stay together as one beautiful, living body of yoga, like-minded people. When hands come to heart, you let the thumbs graze the heart space. And on your next in-breath, take it in the deepest breath yet. Sigh it all out. And we're ready for our own. Let's all connect. Whether we come back to the J next week, whether we feel we need to stay home, we are all still one yoga like-minded community. In breath and Om. In love, light, and peace, I bow to each and every one of you. I thank each and every one of you for your time and your energy. And I'd like you to have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.